guy who was a lot of fun in the class. You ready? Ready for more? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Scott Pearlman, come on! Give that man a hand. Scott Pearlman is here. Coming up. There he is. All right, good evening, everybody. I hope everybody's doing great. Thank you very much for coming out and supporting everybody tonight. And the first thing I want to do is, I'm going to get rid of this thing. Because I hide behind it. Anyway. Thank you for getting me. Anyway, my name is Scott Pearlman. A little bit about me. Recently, I moved back in with my elderly parents to help take care of them. And let me tell you something. To put it cleanly, it gets strange. For example, I came home from work one night, come to the door, and there's my sweet elderly mother greeting me at the door. I walk in the door and she says, "The remote is broken! I can't change the channels. I can't change the volume. I'm missing my programs. Fix it!" I look at her and I said, "Mom, that's the remote for the air conditioner." She said, "Oh, that does explain the frozen fish tank." Another time, recently, I'm running errands with her in the neighborhood, and I'm letting her drive. She pulls into a gas station. She pulls into a gas station. She jumps out of the car, puts the card in the machine, pumps the gas, jumps back into the car. Not easy to do when you're elderly. Jumps back into the car, looks at me and says, "You see, I can pump my own gas." And I said to her, "Mom, that's great, but you put it in the wrong car." One time she came to see me perform at an open mic night. I was playing guitar and I was singing my heart out. Halfway through my set, I look out into the crowd. There's my mother, jumping around and waving her arms. And I went out to her and I said, "Mom, thank you very much for all the support you showed me. It really means a lot." She said, "That wasn't support. I was telling you to wrap it up." Okay, so when I first moved back, it was quite an adjustment for everybody. I had a lot of trouble sleeping. And one night, I heard these really ominous, creepy noises. And the next morning, I go to my father and I said, "Dad, can I get my own bed?" Mostly all real. So my dad recently got his new hearing aids. He's not wearing them. So I asked him, "Why aren't you wearing them?" He said, "I'm waiting for my new glasses to come in so I could read the whole manual first." And I look at him and say, "How long is that going to be?" He said, 3 weeks. I said to him, 3 weeks? That's ridiculous. Can't I just read the manual to you? He said, "That won't work. I won't hear you." He watches a lot of television. So I got him Amazon Prime. And I said, "Dad, there's thousands of movies for you to choose from here. Most of them are free, but not all of them. Be careful not to pay for anything. He said, "Now you tell me." Last night I watched a movie I thought was called $6.99. His other passion, obsession, whatever, is shredding. He loves to shred. Credit card invitations, insurance applications, catalogs, even Bed Bath & Beyond coupons. I went to him one day and I said, "Dad, what are you doing?" He said, "There's so much paper. I shred and it never ends." And I look at him and I said, "That's because you're putting it in the fax machine." And now all the guys at the lodge are reading your colonoscopy report. So, I think you get a good idea of what it's like. So between work and taking care of my parents, I have no time for myself. So every now and then, I like to get away for a few days on what I affectionately call my sanity trips. And recently I went up to the Poconos. Before I went up, the guy at my office comes to me and he says, "Hey, while you're up in the Poconos, I got a great place you can go if you need some girls." I said to him, "Girls? I don't need girls. What I need is to know where the address of the nearest Cracker Barrel." So I checked into a beautiful bed and breakfast. This fireplace. I'd love to build a nice fire. I don't know how to build a nice fire. But 10 minutes later, there I was, sitting in front of a blazing fire with the fire department. Long story short, the fire chief turns to me and says, "This is all your fault." My fault? How was it my fault? How was I supposed to know what a flu is? Okay, folks, before I wrap this up, I want to make it clear that I'm not doing this all by myself. No. My sister is on this crazy roller coaster ride with me. But we are two very different people. And we have two different ways of doing things. Now, when it comes to my parents, I know what needs to be done. My sister knows how to tell me how to do it better. She loves lists. She's leaving me lists everywhere, all the time. She left me this one list on an old envelope. And it said, "Make sure they take their medication. 2, put batteries in the smoke alarm. 3, clean up the living room. And 4, most importantly, don't let Dad use the fax machine." Thank you very much, everybody.
Scott Pearlman, give this man a hand. Come on! Scott Pearlman, first time on stage. 20 man, Scott Pearlman, good job. All right, stay away from the fax machine.